Well, not as much time in the shop this week as I would have liked. Only about 6.5 hours. My average since Thanksgiving of last year has been about 15 hours. So got a little busy this week, no big deal. But as to be expected with a long project like this, your hours per week are going to vary. The beginning of this video is nothing terribly fancy, just using that big 5.5 inch yoke that I have for the squeezer to get some of those rivets in for the ribs for the top skin, and then preloading all the rivets for the bottom skin into the spar. I will say that that long bucking bar that Cleveland Aircraft provides for the ailerons, for the rudder, etc., is extremely handy in this application. It's the perfect length, and the alignment with the spar and the bucking bar is absolutely perfect, so you get a really nice shop head on every single one of the rivets as you're going through. It's a little bit of a time-consuming process, but it does result in extremely high-quality work, so I was very happy with that. It's February here in the Midwest, and believe it or not, it was warm enough for me to work in the garage with the garage door open. I think we hit in the 60s this past week, so it was quite nice and quite pleasant to be in the garage with some fresh air instead of just all the recirc air. So the last part of this video is just finishing up some of those skin to spar attachment points and getting all that final attachment stuff done. I still have the trailing edges yet to install and the bottom skin to rivets to install. Nothing terribly fancy, all standard issue work, nothing that we're not all used to, probably not worth highlighting. I did take one of my ailerons to my EAA chapter meeting this past week and had our technical advisor have a look at it, just to get an idea of how my craftsmanship is looking, and everything looked good. However, a strong lesson learned, I should say, that he gave me was to make sure that once you're done with assembly that all of the blue vinyl comes off of the finished pieces. He showed me some pictures of where water likes to wick up into and underneath the blue vinyl and then just sit there and oxidize the aluminum. So over the next week or two, my wife and I will go through all the previous completed components, including the stuff for the empennage kit, and get all that blue vinyl off. My thought was that I wanted to protect that skin and make sure it didn't get scuffed up, but apparently you stand a higher risk of oxidization as opposed to scuffing up and scratching some of those skins. So when you're building yours, just make sure that blue vinyl comes off once you're done with the final assembly, and then don't worry about a couple of scratches here and there because the paint shop's going to take care of it anyway. Nothing else to report this week. I should be getting close to getting done with these flaps here in the next week or two, so should be close.